coffee in the afternoon. For that after-dinner diarrhea your body doesn't want or need. Well, it's Sunday, and you guys got some new questions for me to answer, so let's just get right into it. I told a guy I like him, and it turns out he feels the same way. So what's the problem? But it's been a few days, and he won't stop texting me, and even says he loves me. Whoops. Well, I got one bit of advice for you. What you're gonna want to do is go down to the Lone Pines Mall about midnight. I know you probably remember it as being the Twin Pines Mall, but it was never that. You're gonna meet a doctor. He's got a car there, it's nice and shiny, and it's a time machine. So what you're gonna want to do is go back in time and reverse everything you've done. Sure, you're gonna bump into your mom and dad, they're gonna end up hooking up, but that's inconsequential. Your main goal, don't ever tell that guy that thing, because it sounds like he's crazy. Also, don't bother separating your recyclables because the doctor's just gonna need it to fuel his DeLorean at the end of the movie anyway. Isabel Fuller asks, is it okay to leave my house in PJs? I just want to live my life in comfort without the judgment. Well, I don't know. Is it okay to do heroin in the park? Is it okay to drink an entire jug of coffee creamer? I mean, no matter what you're gonna do, people are gonna judge you. It's just you just gotta weigh out how much you want to be comfortable versus how much you want to be judged. I mean, whenever I see somebody wearing their pajamas at Walmart, my mind immediately goes to, that person just booted black tar heroin up their anus. I know little about drugs. All I know is sometimes you put them up your bum. But yeah, go ahead, wear your pajamas. I mean, people are gonna think you're on drugs whether you're on drugs or not, even if you're just a little weird. Alice in Tanons asks, my boyfriend broke up with me, and since then I've been a bundle of anger. What do I do to reduce post-relationship anger? Try video games. Whenever I feel stressed out, I pick up a particularly violent video game, and then I play the bejesus out of it. And that's the kind of action you can get on my second channel! Real bad plug for my second channel. I recommend Grand Theft Auto because you could, like, stand on top of a building, find pedestrians that look like him, then waste them with a sniper rifle. You can sit there and pretend like he's begging for mercy as he's bloodied on the ground. And then you walk up to him, and because he's on the ground and bloodied, you dump gasoline all over his body. And then you make a trail way over here, and then, bah, you shoot it. And then he catches fire, and it feels nice. Buy a stress ball. Elise on Peace wants to know, why do people still eat at Sonic? It's expensive and disgusting. Haven't I taught you anything on this YouTube channel? I mean, things that are expensive and disgusting are an acquired taste. I guess people just like their hedgehogs like they like their diarrhea. Fast. And inside you for a very short period of time. I'm sure Sonic's a fine place to eat. Kristen Beatley wants to know, how do I get my girlfriend to stop watching your garbage videos? Wait a minute. Well, Kristen, you could start by not being such a bitch. I don't know, maybe don't look so much like Jack White. I don't know if that's what you're going for or not, but you look like Jack White. Clearly I'm doing something for her that you're not, so find out what that is and do it. Because I'm not gonna stop. I'll never stop. I'm Indecisive wants to know who put the alphabet in order. And I've thought about this for a long time because I work at a bookstore, you see, and my job is putting books on shelves, and I mean, I can't figure out who put the alphabet in order, so I'm beginning to think that the alphabet is just arbitrary, and that it's meaningless, and the order of it means literally nothing, which means my job, alphabetizing books, worthless. There's no point to it other than the convenience of other humans. So, am I just a free-floating cog in society, spinning around, that they just gave a job to because, oh, he needs a job, let's give him this one. He might as well be beating rats in the basement. No, I don't, people from a long time ago were really all about naming things for themselves, you know? So it's probably Sir Alphabet, or Mr. Alphabet, or Fred Alphabettington. Such dicks. Like who do you think invented the floor? Probably Mr. Floor. And where do you think he got that idea from? The ground? Earth? Nature? The floor is just a gigantic ripoff of outside. And I bet when Mr. Floor invented the floor, he got all cocky about it. He's like, oh, look, oh, what's this? We're not just falling into oblivion? I don't know what's at the center of the earth, but if it was for me, you'd all be finding out right now. And then everybody stood around him and going, look, dude, it's just a floor. You didn't invent anything. This is a surface. Surfaces are around us all the time. Everything is a surface. You just put a surface on the ground, which was already an invention by Mother Earth. So, you're a piece of shit. Look, I didn't do very well in history. And then for his sin of being too cocky, they took him down to the river, put him in a bag, and then they tried to see if he was a witch because of the floor thing. And back then they had very few punishments. Generally, they just wanted to know if you were a witch or not. That was really their main concern, All they wanted to know was if you're a witch. They were all about finding out who's a witch and who's not, and whatever they did with that information was up to them. Gabby asks, do you have a plan to get away with murder? I'm so happy that you decided to ask me that question, because why not just incriminate myself? Step 1, find somebody who I don't like enough that I would rather they not be alive or on this planet any longer. Step 2, hire somebody to murder that person. Step 3, while the cops are looking for the murderer, I murder the murderer, therefore leading them on a wild goose chase for somebody who's no longer alive. They'll never find him because he'll be in my basement now the entire time. Step 4, now here's where it gets a little weird. I reveal to everybody that I was all 3 of these people the entire time. I was the murderer, and the murderee. When they find my corpse dead in my basement. The perfect crime. Just one right in the muffin tray. I mean, that's just one of many murder plans. The other ones are a lot of bleach, a lot of acid is involved. I don't know where to get large jugs of acid or how to nonchalantly go about buying that. I mean, it's so complicated to have to murder people. Like, I invite somebody over for chess and sandwiches, something non-threatening. And then when they get here, I feed them a mixture of poisons. So many poisons that when they do the blood work on the autopsy, it'll be like, look at all these poisons. We could never possibly know which poison was the poison that killed him. This is just so confusing with all these poisons. You know what? His blood is mostly poisons. So, maybe his blood was poison. Maybe he had poison blood. I don't know how he made it this long without dying, but poison blood Roger. Case closed. Oh, Lacey Jewell has some friends who are trying to convince David that girls do poop. But he still doesn't believe them. I don't know who David is, Lacey Jewell. Well, here's what you do. Take David to Starbucks. You get him a tall frappuccino with the whipped cream on top, and then you sit him over a toilet for 20 minutes. See if he doesn't get diarrhea. A lot of girls drink those. And you're telling me they don't have diarrhea? I'm calling bullshit. Music Addict 13 asks, what's your favorite type of music and why? That was a curveball. I didn't see that coming from Music Addict 13. My favorite type of music right now, I listen to Olivia Newton-John, some electronic stuff, anything without lyrics for electronic stuff, ska, some dad rock, nothing in particular, just a lot of music. Nothing crazy though. Would you rather drive somewhere far or take a plane, asks Amber. It depends on really who I'm driving with and how badly they want to smell my farts for the next however long we're going to be in a car for. And if I'm on a plane, more people could smell my farts. Let's go with plane. I like the idea that people who are richer than me and sitting at the front of the plane have a chance of smelling my farts. Genetically Lost, Steph, wants to know, how do you feel about MCR? That's My Chemical Romance for people who are as old as I am and don't know what MCR is. I've seen them in concert twice. Both times, I didn't know I was seeing them in concert. They were just there at the concert I was at. I snuck backstage and stood in line behind the pink-haired one before I realized that he was in My Chemical Romance and actually signing autographs and not in line for something. They opened for Green Day once, and I didn't know I was just going to see Green Day. And also one time I saw a Weezer concert, and they were just there and played with Weezer. It was weird. Also, the big guy from Lost was there. Dead Baby Party wants to know, why has God abandoned us? Have you seen hoverboards? The thing with wheels? The thing that doesn't hover whatsoever, but we still call it hoverboards. Why would there ever be a God when people can stand there and move down the street like a lazy piece of shit? Of course, God saw that, and he was like, well, I fucking tried. Let's go see what Pluto's up to. Happy Easter, by the way. Lady Abraham wants to know, what do I do when I'm not making videos? Fuck. I think about making videos. I do stand-up comedy. And then I go to work. I work in a bookstore. Why do I work in a bookstore? I don't know. I don't like books. I don't like reading. Casper Stenbaum wants to know, what was the last lie that I told? I told a barista at Starbucks that whipped cream on top of my latte was fine. It was not. It's never fine. But I'm not gonna say anything. Because they already have the whipped cream in their hand and they're like, fuck yeah, you want this whipped cream, don't you? You want to get this whipped cream? I'm so hype about giving you whipped cream! And you're just like, oh, come on, it hurts my stomach. Isapino wants to know, I'm trying to write a script for a short film. What should I write about? Why would you come to me with this? Write about a guy whose ass is slowly becoming a vacuum. One day he wakes up with his underwear up his bum and like half his sheet up there, and then he realizes that his ass is a black hole and is slowly swallowing everything, and they gotta find a way to put a cork in it, figuratively, before it envelops the universe and then everything is up his ass, including himself. I think you're gonna have this. You can have that idea, it's yours. Austin John wants to know, why did my father piss in my soup? Probably because you're a disappointment and you should try harder in life to avoid your father pissing in your soup. Because if your dad pulls out his wiener and you're like, here, this is my soup, you should probably move your soup away from his wiener. Because, look, if your dad's pulling out his wiener, it's over. That's it. There's nothing good that's gonna happen after your dad pulls his wiener out. This is just, this is not something that should be news. I don't even know why I'm saying this out loud. Everybody should know this. This is enough questions, by the way. I'm done. Thanks for watching this fadge, this Easter fadge that we did for Jesus. If you have any questions you want me to answer in the next fadge, leave them in a comment below or do them on my Facebook and Twitter. I'll always be asking the day of, a couple days before. Just watch for my tweets and Facebook posts. And other than that, gaming channel, you know about it, Matt G for Mayor. I'm trying to upload a video every day, doing live streams on Twitch every once in a while. Saturday Suckfest is a thing we're trying to do if my internet provider isn't a douche. And other than that, I'll see you guys on Tuesday.